on the 13th of May 2012. As the speaker never normally speaks, never takes part in a debate or a discussion. This nomenclature speaker is a fallacy, because the speaker doesn't really speak. So in fact, the day I took charge as speaker, there was a dinner and they asked me to speak. So I said, just today I have taken charge as speaker and you are telling me to speak, I can't speak. So, but there is a rule in the rule book 360 about by which one a speaker can sometimes speak. So I initiated the discussion on this occasion. 60 years of the journey of Parliament, and this is being shown here. Everyone has gathered in the central hall in the evening, and some very eminent. And here we have, luckily we found 4 surviving members of the first Lok Sabha in 1952, and they were honored. They could come. I was so happy that they could come and we could honor them. And then they were very eminent artists of the tradition who performed on the occasion. I have always wanted as a speaker that the Parliament should have a connect with the people of the country, and they should think positively of the Parliament. That's very, very important, because this is their own institution. This is made by them, and it is for them. They must remain connected to it and be positive about it. So I thought of inviting people from various walks of life to the Parliament, especially children. So I invited, and my personal guests, so I invited teachers, professors, vice-chancellors, thinkers, scientists, artists, entrepreneurs, businessmen, women. These are women who used to be doing manual scavenging. I especially invited them. People with disabilities, senior citizens, and children from far-flung areas who'd never seen a train, who didn't know what it was to ride a bus, like from Ladakh, from the Lakshadweep, from Andaman Nicobar, from Northeast, from small villages in the interiors of our vast land. I also started a program for children called Hamari Speaker, our speaker, where I used to invite children and used to encourage them to ask questions about the Parliament. Once a girl asked me, and she perplexed me. She rendered me speechless. She asked me, Madam Speaker, what does the Parliament look like? And she was visually impaired. That is the girl. That is the girl. She couldn't see. And she's asking me, Madam, what does the Parliament look like? And now how do I tell her what does it look like? And then I said, Parliament is as beautiful as your soul. Because truly, I've experienced it. Sitting in my chamber with my eyes closed so many times, I felt the hopes and aspirations, the struggles and achievements, the failures and success, the anguish and joy, sheer grit and determination of the Indian nation is embodied there. It is so sublime. It's exceptionally beautiful. And this is what I wanted to tell. Parliamentary diplomacy. You wanted me to know, you wanted me to tell you about parliamentary diplomacy. Well, it's not a new term, and it's not something that I have evolved. It has always been there, because soon after we got independence, way back in 1948, the Parliament of India, in fact it was the Provisional Parliament at that time, it passed a resolution unanimously that India should be a member of Inter-Parliamentary Union, a world body of parliaments. That India should be a member of Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, a body of Commonwealth countries of their parliaments. So it is not something new, but yes, it has been developed. Why it has been developed? Because it is a parallel function of the Speaker to conduct parliamentary diplomacy, and it requires a special skill like it requires for running the House. It is the fine art of a parliament engaging with other parliaments fruitfully in the interest of their own country, in the interest of their own region, and interest of the entire world. While the Speaker of Indian Parliament represents the Parliament and reaches out to the world to negotiate, to create, to innovate, to exchange ideas, to strengthen old friendships, to make new friends, to enlarge the area of goodwill. I recently written a book. I've got a few copies. I've also got a copy of the Constitution of India for your library, Kumar, and I've got copies of the book that I've written, Parliamentary Diplomacy, a Speaker's Perspective. I had written it when I was a speaker, but I never got it published. It was published now when I'm not a speaker, and it's just been released by the current speaker and the president. Well, soon after I became the speaker, I had to organize a conference of the Commonwealth speakers. Commonwealth speakers, I want to show the wig and robes that they wore, because in many of the countries there is a practice of the speakers wearing their wigs and robes when they are presiding or when they are representing their countries, the country abroad. So they turned up there, you can see some of them are wearing. In India also. The first speaker, in matters of speaker and the rules of the parliament, there is a certain continuity which is maintained. The first speaker was Frederick White, who was a British MP who came here and made the speaker in 1921 of the council, the Indian Council. If you go to the Parliament House Library Museum, you'll see this portrait with wig and robe. But gradually this practice was stopped. So then I had a conference of SARC speakers. There was an association of SARC speakers which was lying dormant, and I thought it should be revived. And all of the SARC speakers are present here. Afghanistan became a member just in this conference. It's the first time they've attended this conference. The gentleman at extreme left is the speaker of Afghanistan. And here you'll see the speaker of Bangladesh sitting next to him. He is presently the president of Bangladesh. And then I organized, yes, they are all in the central hall. And then I organized, you see, many of have always asked me, Madam, how do you feel being the speaker, a woman speaker? Is there anything special? I said, no, speaker's job is gender neutral. There is nothing special. Then suddenly it struck me. So that was the speaker of Pakistan, Hamida Mirza, a very good friend of mine. Then, because there is a body of women MPs And no speaker had ever voted in their election because no speaker before me was a woman. So I was the first one to be voting. And that was the one advantage which I always quote, that as woman speaker. So I held the conference of the women speakers of the world, and they get right. I made friends and exchanged notes with them. Also, you'll see that they were so gracious as to turn up in saris. This is what I call cultural bonding. And then I invited President Obama. I asked him to come and speak to my members, and he accepted. We are standing at the steps of the Parliament. He's just arrived, and the speech he gave was so powerful. It was not only meant for the members or India, it was meant for the whole world. And I want to show you the golden book. There was a golden book which I specially opened when President Obama came, where he could sign. And it has a bookmark made out of a fallen leaf of Bodhi tree in Gaya. This was to symbolize a strong desire for world peace. Friends, I can go on forever and ever, but I know there are time constraints. Before I conclude, I would like to tell you about my visit to Tonga. This is the king of Bhutan. I've gone there. They invited me to address the joint meeting of their joint session of their parliament, both the houses. This is Princess Anne. It is Commonwealth conference, and this is the conference of the G20 countries held in South Korea. Well, I had gone to Tonga in 2012, early 2012. It's a picturesque island in the Pacific, and I had gone there to attend a conference of Commonwealth Parliament Association. Whenever I met a speaker, I always exchange notes about how they control, this is the speaker of Tonga, how they control their respective houses. And nobody ever gave me a satisfactory answer. I don't think anyone had a satisfactory answer, except for this gentleman, the speaker of Tonga. He said he could immediately bring the house to order. So I was so full of admiration for him, and I said, how? How do you do it? Please tell me. Maybe I would like to apply your formula to my house. So he told me in detail what he was doing. But I don't think I could apply his formula to my house. It was not possible for me. And no way. The question didn't arise for the simple reason that he was an international boxing champion. So General Kumar, I'm so grateful to you, and also to your wife, Rano Kumar, such a good friend of mine, who have invited me to this very beautiful function. You know, my children are sitting in the audience. My family, my husband, Mr. Kumar, my children, have always been a great moral support and very cooperative. Let me tell you that even my grandchildren are very cooperative. There are so many occasions when they would skip watching their favorite cartoons to watch me on the television. And whenever I said, "Baith jaiye," they would at once sit down. You see, I write poem. I आधा सुना देती हूँ आपको, ज़्यादा नहीं सुनाऊंगी. होने दो घनघोर गर्जना, तूफानों को आने दो. बैठी, मैं खत्म करने वाली. होने दो घनघोर गर्जना, तूफानों को आने दो. जन्म की नहीं, कर्म की करो अर्चना, बाकी सब जाने. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention. I wish you all the very best.
We'll have the question answer session now. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Such a good work in public life all through. And I'm sure you enjoyed this role of a speaker because you didn't have to say "Baith jaiye, baith jaiye." You're an obedient, maybe the audience will. Now, what I want to know from you is, it has been disappointing to see our honorable members doing all kinds of things, moving to the well, even ruling party to just mention. Progressively, I think we have deteriorated in this matter. That is what people generally feel. How do you feel? What do you think? Is it going to improve? Or we'll always have this spectacle watching on TV? These people trying their lung power to the maximum. Thank you.
It's a very serious question you've asked. There are two sides to it. First is the conduct of the members in the House. Second is the instructions that they get from their party bosses. So many times I would call a member and I said, "Why are you shouting?" He said, "I can't help it, I have the instruction." It's a political reality. And the biggest reality is that all these members have been elected. And most of them have plans of getting re-elected. They would never do anything which their electorate doesn't want them to do. We have to really think very seriously about it. If their electorate, when they are visiting their constituency, tells them categorically, "Don't do this in the House," I see no reason why it will be. So there are these three sides. And then finally I would say that I've been to Tingwald, a small island at the back of UK, it's part of it, dependency, the Isle of Man. They have the oldest parliament, it's tricameral, and it has 3 houses. It has been there for 1100 years. The British Parliament, again, has been there for about 1000 years. We have just completed 62 years, 63 years. I think it would settle. It should settle.
But it was not bad earlier, madam. Earlier it was not that bad.
Good evening, madam.
Progressively becoming worse.
Thank you, sir.
Madam, I am Brigadier Gautam Narayan. Very difficult to enumerate your achievements as speaker and achievements in life. I have only one humble question. How do you rate the efficacy of select committee? Your comments on that, madam. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Select.
Could you kindly just clarify that, sir?
Select committees that are formed.
Select committees.
Yeah, that's right.
Select committees.
Yes. Well, first of all, I'd like to tell you very humbly that I have no claim to any achievement. Whatever achievement is there is in the beginning of my speech, I paid my tribute to them. And I will again say that the achievement in Indian democracy and in Parliament goes to those people. Second is the select committees. Yes, there are committees formed to go into very detail in a subject, and they are useful at times. But if a subject is being sent there for the purpose of buying time, then it is a different matter. So one has to really judge. The judgment, the discretion, the decision to send it to the select committee or not lies with the speaker.
Any other questions?
But what was
Yes,
the
sir.
role of humor in Parliament? What is the role of humor in Parliament?
A role of
Humor.
humor.
The Parliament runs on humor, sir. Otherwise,